Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be doing a back to the basic makeup tutorial, so stay tuned. For starters, we will be starting with our Danessa Myricks face primer. This face primer is amazing to say the least. It comes with a face spoolie which you use to apply the primer. This primer is so creamy, it applies like butter to your face. I paid a pretty penny for it, but it was so worth it. So after I apply the primer, I just kind of go in with my hands to rub that in. I'm making sure that my face is fully saturated with this primer. I'm making sure I'm getting to my forehead, my eyelids, my cheeks, my chin, nose, hairline, and everything, so that when I apply my foundation, it adheres to it and there's no black spots or line of demarcation. After I apply my primer, I go in with my foundation, and I am using my Makeup Forever HD Hydro Skin in the shade 4Y70. I just put a few pumps on my hand and I go in with my Sephora Kabuki flat brush and just making sure I'm applying that to the entire face. And when I'm applying it to my face, I want to make sure that I'm getting my eyelids, my cheek, my chin, and all those places that are typically missed. Now for the concealer, I'm going in with my Black Opio concealer, and I'm just going to apply that to the T-zones of my face, which is my forehead, my chin, the bridge of my nose, and under my eye. And for concealer, I use 2 concealer because I have not yet found the perfect shade of concealer for me. So if there's any recommendation, please let me know. As for now, I've been using my Black Opio and my NYX concealer in the shade Fawn. So after I apply that, I like to wet my beauty blender just a little bit, just damp it, and then I blend from the inner corner of my eye to the outer. And when I get to the outer, I make sure I'm blending up, because you want to give your face dimension. You don't want it to be flat. You want to structure it so that it gives a seamless flow. And making sure when you are blending that out that you are looking up so you get the creases underneath your eyes, because if not, it will literally leave your under eye cakey and it will show that you did not properly set it, and that's not what the girlies are going for. As I'm done with setting underneath my eye, I go into my forehead and I like to blend that out into my hairline. Not too far, but just far enough. Now after we are done applying our concealer, we are going to go in with one of my fave contour sticks, which is the Fenty Beauty contour stick in the shade Espresso. I have had this for a very long time. This is one of 3 contour stick that I use, but this one is perfect. It's not too dark and it gives what it's supposed to give, honey. So with my contour stick, I go directly under that concealer that I applied. I apply it to my forehead, the outer bridge of my nose, and my jawline. And then I take my Sephora powder brush and I just go ahead and blend that into the concealer that I applied previously to the contour. Now when you are blending, you want to make sure that you are blending that harsh line out. We do not want any harsh lines. We want to make sure everything look very seamless and that it flows effortlessly. So you will see that I will continue to go back and forth from my forehead to my jawline, which is right underneath that concealer. And then I will just go back and forth until I get it to how I want it to look. And after I get that the way I like it, I then go into my jawline and I blend that in. And then you will see me go back into my concealer with the Beauty Blender because I want it again to really be seamless. I don't want it to be too much contour, but then I don't want it to be too much concealer. So I will go back in with my Beauty Blender and I will hit all the places that I put the concealer and just blot that out so that it transitions smoothly. All right, now this is another one of my faves. That this is literally the only setting powder I ever used, and it is a Laurier Mercier translucent setting powder in the shade Honey. I just dab a little bit into the lid, and I dab it on my hand because I don't want it to be too harsh. So as you can see, it applies smoothly because I dabbed it onto my hand after I dabbed it onto the lid, if that makes sense. But you will see a world of a difference. You're just not dabbing into your setting powder and then applying it straight to the face. This way works wonders, and it's literally something I just made up, and it's been working for me, and I don't think I'm gonna stop doing it because it works. So I'm just gonna go into the T-zone again, which is underneath my eyes, my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and my chin. Everywhere you put that concealer, you're going to go and you're going to put your setting powder in those same spots. And this is just going to give it that extra defined, awake look that you're going for. It may look very dry, but that's okay because when we apply the setting spray, it will all come together. So trust the process. So after I'm done with my setting powder, I would then go in with a brush, just a random brush that I have and have had for quite some time, and then I just like to blend the outer of my nose, and I like to blend it, if you can see, up into the bridge of my eyes, right underneath my eyebrows, just to define that. I really like an effortless look, so call it extra. This is just what I do. And again, you will see me go back in with my powder brush, and then I'm going to blend, and then blend some more. I'm going to blend that contour and just make sure everything is set perfectly. Go on my nose and make sure, it gives what it needs to give, okay? Next, I will then go in with my bronzer in Mocha Mami. Everywhere you apply your contour to, you're going to put the bronzer, which is your forehead, your cheekbone, and your jawline. So after I apply the bronzer, I am then going to go in with House Lab blush and French Rosette. Baby, this is tea, honey. Honey is tea, especially for the chocolate girlies. Baby, it's absolutely a must-have. You are just going to apply that right between the concealer and the contour. And a little goes a long way, so you're going to see me really packing this on just because I want the color payout so that you can really see it. You will see me going back and forth because I want it to blend effortlessly. And you will see me do this a lot. I like to go back and forth because I really want everything to blend. Baby, the name of the game is blend, and blend some more. So I'm going to go back into my setting powder, and I'm just going to apply a little bit more underneath my eyes. And, because of course I just applied the blush, and I don't want the blush to take away from my concealer and my setting powder. So I want to go back in and blend it so that everything is cohesive and it flows. Next, we will be going in and just making sure that it's really set into the concealer, because again, we want everything to flow and we don't want no lines of demarcation, and we want an effortless, seamless look. Next, we will be doing our brows. Baby girl, I love a good brow. First, I brush my brows, and then I go on with a different brow pencil. I've just been using the LA Color brow pencil, which is typically like $1. Lately, I've been liking my brows dark. Normally, I do them like a dark brown, but I've been really liking the darker look. So I start my eyebrows off. I line underneath my brow just to frame it, make sure it's, symmetrical and that it's even. And I just outline my brows. So after I get the perfect brow, I then go in with my spoolie brush, and then I just brush it from the inner brow to the outer brow, and it just gives it a very natural look. And I love doing this on the days where I did not get my brow wax. It gets the job done, honey. So after my brows are done, I will then go back into my black Opio concealer stick, and I just like to define that brow. So I start from the lower brow, and then I just follow the direction of my brow and clean up any imperfection that was made, and just really blend it in to give it that perfect arch and that perfect brow shape. So after I have it to my liking, I then go in and I literally just use my finger and just blend that down to my eyelid, because I really don't like harsh lines. And again, we are going for a soft, seamless look. After our brows are done, we are going to go back into our House Labs blush, and we are just going to go back in and really add that pop of color. It's so cute, it's so flirty, and I love this blush. Next, I will be going in with my Juvia's palette and going with the deepest brown shade in that palette. I'm just going to apply that to the crease of my eyelids, and this is going to act as a transition color so that when I go in with my eyeshadow color, it will just blend and it would look very, very, very soft. And then next, I will be going in with my ColourPop palette, and I will be deepening that color by using the shade Savor It. Okay, after I applied that little bit of color to my eyelid, I decided that I'm not going to do a overall lid look. Just a deep brown as a transition color, and then a deeper brown in the V outer corner of my eyelid. And then I'm just going to go in with my eyeliner and just give me a little cat eye look. And I think that's going to be the vibe for today. That we have our cat eye look done, we are going to just go in with that concealer again and just clean up right underneath that wing so that she is sharp and she's giving everything she's supposed to give. Next, we will be going in with our Tarte lip liner in the color brown. So this is a little trick that I like to do. I like to tighten my lips, and then I literally just swipe the liner back and forth a few times to get the perfect outline lip. When I say this work every time, this work every single time. I don't know what made me start doing it, but I just started doing it and I've been doing it ever since. It helps me literally get the blend that I want. I don't have to keep going over my lip. I don't have to keep outlining it. I just swipe a few times and it's perfect. Now this next new item that I just added to my collection is my MAC lipstick in the color Teddy Velvet, and I am obsessed with this lipstick. It's a matte finish. It's like a soft pink mauve color, and she is beautiful. This camera is not doing it justice. Now for the most tedious part of my makeup, and it is doing my lashes. So the way that you apply these lashes, it comes with a double-sided, kind of look like mascara. One side is a bond and the other side is a removal. So you literally just put it on your lashes as if you're applying mascara, and it is the adhesive. And after you apply that, you then go in and you just take off the lashes and you build it to your liking. So I just applied the adhesive to the other eye, and I'm just going to go right in as I did the other eyelash and just apply the lashes and build it to my liking. And that is the final look. As you can tell, I am feeling myself. It is coming out exactly how I wanted to. Very cute. And I didn't even set it yet. So that's how you know it is giving everything it's supposed to give. And for the setting spray, if you know, you know, this is the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Party all night, stay all day. Setting spray by Charlotte Tilbury. Baby, when I say she sets like no other, and she keeps everything intact. It dries down to a very soft matte look, but it still gives that airbrush effect. Now this is absolutely a must-have. So now that we put her on, we are going to finish the look with my earrings. And then we will see the finished look. Let's fix our hair a little bit so we can see the complete look. I don't know about you guys, but I am loving it. Very soft, very chic, very everyday. If you like this kind of content, if you want to see more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.